I'm in if I do this, right?
Yes.
So I have to be back here. Okay. So before we even start, do me a favor, please, and say your full name and spell it.
My name is Pamela Menuga, Pamela, last name Emenuga.
So this is for the transcriber who hears this and types it so we can look at it on paper. And I can't tell you how many times they spell the name wrong. I have people spell it, say it, and spell it, and they spell it wrong. You read it, it's like...
Sorry.
We'll get it right.
No, but you did great. Okay. So let's just sort of start with this. This is about your high school experience, and let's do this a couple of times.
Okay, so I'm going to read.
Yeah, just to start with this, the idea of this, in your own words, in these words, whatever works for you.
Okay, I went to East Orange Campus High School. I knew from that point on that I wanted to be either a doctor or a nurse.
No, that was great. That was perfect. That's exactly it. Start again.
Okay, I knew early on at East Orange Campus High School that I wanted to be either a doctor or a nurse. I attended medical mission trips with my dad, who happens to be Nigerian, and we would go to remote villages and offer care such as blood pressure screenings, glucose tests, and that kind of thing.
Great. Do it again. Just talk a little slower for you, so some of the things I'm not hearing enunciated well enough.
Gotcha.
I want them to hear clearly. One second.
There's just this light over here. It's just a light, so I'm just gonna place
Take it down.
outside.
It's a prop. It's
Oh,
just
prop.
it's annoying for the thing. You're great. You're so natural. Just a little
I'm
more
trying.
enunciation on a couple of the things that I want to make sure the audience understands.
Okay.
Take it again from the top.
My name is Pamela Menuga. I went to East Orange Campus High School. I knew right from high school that I wanted to be either a doctor or a nurse. When I was in high school, I attended medical mission trips with my dad, where we visited remote villages. We offered blood pressure screenings as well as glucose testing and things like that.
All right, do it again. Just a couple more times. You're doing great.
Okay. I knew early on from East Orange Campus High School that I wanted to be either a doctor or a nurse. I attended medical missions with my dad, who happens to also be Nigerian. We visited remote villages and offered care at their hospitals, such as blood pressure tests as well as glucose screenings.
That is so great. Now, I'm just going to have you do it one more time, and this time, I want to get a little more of your passion for it. You have the words down, you're saying it beautifully, you obviously really cared about this. And I just want to feel that a little more from you.
Okay. You said passion. Okay, let's do this. I knew early on at East Orange Campus High School that I wanted to be either a doctor or a nurse. At the time, I was attending medical mission trips with my dad. We would visit. Too much passion.
That was exactly what I
Sorry.
wanted. You gave me the passion. That's what I want. Keep
Okay.
going, please.
I knew early on at East Orange Campus High School that I wanted to be either a doctor or a nurse. I would visit. Sorry, running again. I knew early on at East Orange Campus High School that I wanted to be either a doctor or a nurse. I would attend medical mission trips with my dad to Nigeria, who happens to be Nigerian. We would visit remote villages and help volunteer at their hospital doing blood pressure screenings as well as glucose tests.
Do it one more time, because that is exactly it. You just love the one word, but that's exactly it.
I knew early on at East Orange Campus High School that I wanted to be either a doctor or a nurse. I would attend medical mission trips with my dad to Nigeria, who happens to be Nigerian. We would visit remote villages, go to the hospitals and volunteer. We would do things such as blood pressure screenings as well as glucose tests. It's a lot.
No, it's easy.
It's easy.
It's easy for her, not for me.
Unfortunately, though, financing college was an obstacle. Okay. Unfortunately, though, financing for college was an obstacle for me.
Give yourself a couple of goes. That was perfect.
Unfortunately, financing for college was an obstacle for me.
More.
Unfortunately, financing for college was an obstacle for me.
Just now make it a little more less passionate and a little more frustrated.
Unfortunately, financing for college was a little bit of an issue for me.
Okay. This is your next. Give it a read. And then
Encouraged me to choose. Which of my states applies scholarship support, which encouraged me to choose school and pursue education back about. Okay. Fortunately for me, Montclair State supplied scholarship support, which encouraged me to choose this school and pursue the education that could possibly turn my dream into a reality.
So if you want to say that in your own words,
Yeah, that's a lot.
say it however you like, but that's the idea.
Okay. Fortunately for me, Montclair State offered scholarship assistance. Okay, sorry, wait. Fortunately for me, Montclair State offered scholarship assistance, which helped me to pursue my education here. Sorry, the whole last part gets getting me. That could possibly turn my dreams into reality. Fortunately for me, Montclair State supplied scholarship opportunities, which encouraged me in choosing Montclair State as my college and possibly helped me turn my dreams into reality.
Okay, so now if I just had put that down and had you say it in your own words, what would you say? You know what you're saying.
Okay. Fortunately for me, Montclair State offered scholarship opportunities, which was a big plus for me. And that's
So
where
it
I
helped you
end.
pursue your dream, or pursue a career as a nurse, or however you want to say it.
Yeah.
It's just like that you got the scholarship here that helped you get this education, so you could pursue what you wanted to do, which was to be a doctor or a nurse.
Yeah. So, fortunately for me, Montclair State offered scholarship assistance, which helped me pursue my dreams of becoming either a doctor or a nurse.
Okay, just give yourself a couple of goes of that in your own words.
Fortunately for me, Montclair State offered scholarship assistance, which helped me pursue my dreams of becoming either a doctor or a nurse.
Okay, and one more, empowered. Give yourself an empowered, wow, so this was great. Fortunately, I got the,
Okay. Fortunately for me, Montclair State offered scholarship assistance, which helped me. Ugh.
So try not to swivel. I know it's
Oh, sorry.
difficult because you're in a swivel chair, but try not to.
Move around.
Yeah.
I did that
It's a
too.
hard
I was
one.
Yeah.
rolling over, and then we were lighting before. I was rolling this way and that way.
Okay. Fortunately for me, Montclair State offered scholarship assistance which helped me pursue my dreams. Fortunately for me, Montclair State offered scholarship assistance, which helped me turn my dreams into reality.
And just add get the education I needed. Maybe get that in there.
Okay. Fortunately for me, Montclair State offered scholarship assistance, which helped me get the education I needed to turn my dreams into reality.
Oh, that was perfect. Just do one more, a little slower.
Okay. Fortunately for me, Montclair State University offered scholarship assistance, which helped me get the education I needed to make my dreams a reality.
And one more time, just because.
Yeah, my pronunciation. Fortunately for me, Montclair State offered scholarship assistance, which helped me get the education I needed to turn my dreams into reality. Ugh, I messed up
So
there.
it's like to get the education I needed.
To turn my dreams into reality.
Yeah, so do it. Go from the top.
Fortunately for me, Montclair State offers scholarship assistance, which helped. That is like I'm getting my teeth tied.
I do that all the time.
Fortunately for me, Montclair State offered scholarship assistance, which helped me get the education I needed to turn my dreams into reality.
So just take it from which helped me get the education I needed.
Which helped me get the education I needed to turn my dreams into a reality.
One more time from the top.
To get the from the top. Fortunately for me, Montclair State offers scholarship assistance, which helped me get the education I needed to turn my dreams into reality.
It's fine. We'll just put them together. So this is ultimately what this one is. This is a double bite. So this is what you want to say.
Okay. What attracted me to Montclair State was the Health Careers Program. It was a program designed to help prepare students like myself advance into medical professionals. We took trips. Oh, sorry.
You need it? I'm sorry.
We took trips to numerous medical schools in the Northeast, as well as had medical professionals come and talk to us about what they did and what we would have to do to get there.
Okay. So let's just take it in this two little parts.
Mm-hmm. What attracted me to Montclair State's healthcare is running along. What attracted me to Montclair State University was the Health Careers Program, which helped prepare me for. Sorry, because there's two different programs.
Oh.
That's why.
Is that it prepares you for medical school? Is that
No, it says what attracted me to Montclair State's Health Career Program.
Health Careers Program?
Okay. Okay. What attracted me to Montclair State was the Health Careers Program. It helped prepare students like myself to become medical professionals.
Okay, so now just do that slowly in your own words to me, and you loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to feel that.
So, what attracted me to Montclair State was the Health Careers Program. It helps students like myself become medical professionals.
Great. Give yourself a couple of goes at that.
Okay. What attracted me to Montclair State was the Health Careers Program. It helps students like myself become medical professionals. What attracted me to Montclair State was the Health Careers Program. It helps students like myself become medical professionals.
Okay, so now in your own words, I'm just going to say, so why Montclair State? You could have gone other places, but what was it specifically about Montclair State?
Montclair State offered the Health Careers Program. The Health Careers Program helps students like myself to be better prepared to become medical professionals.
So just describe it to me. What do you do?
So with the Health Careers Program, you go on summer externships to medical schools around the Northeast, as well as they have physicians from different specialties come and speak to you about their school, what it took for them to get there, and what they do in their specialty.
Great. Okay, so again, I'm just going to ask you to just say that to me again. So what was it about Montclair State that made you decide to come here, and what did the Medical Careers Program offer you?
Okay. Montclair State offered me the Health Careers Program. The Health Careers Program, I'm like stuttering, sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
The Health Careers Program offers students like myself an opportunity. It's annoying. The Health Careers Program offered students like myself the chance to, nope, not the chance.
Opportunity, chance is
Yeah.
fine.
And
Yeah,
you
whatever.
Make it your own words.
Yeah, this is you. You know, this is I got this from you.
Mhm.
You know,
I know, it's the cameras now. That's the
Oh, please, everybody.
I gotta get used to it.
And do you have water? Do you want?
There's a is there water here? Do you need water? I brought you a water.
Thank you.
God. Well, it would be nice if I gave it to her.
Yeah, I know. It was like Stuart was so prepared.
I put it there so I wouldn't put it on any of their things. You know, here. And then I forgot. You made me forget, Laura. Why did you do that?
Well, I think you remember.
You want me to take it?
Okay, do you mind just,
Thank you.
Am I in the shot now?
What attracted me to Montclair State was the Health Careers Program. The Health Careers Program offers students like myself the opportunity to become medical professionals. They took us on tours to medical schools around the Northeast, as well as had physicians come and speak with us about what they did, what it took to get there.
Okay, great. That was great.
great.
So you have it. Just we're gonna do it 1 or 2 more times so we have different takes of it.
What attracted me to Montclair State was the Health Careers Program. The Health Careers Program offers students like myself the opportunity to become a medical professional. They offered us, once I get it, then it goes, okay. What attracted me to Montclair State was the Health Careers Program. The Health Careers Program offered us the opportunity to, drawing a blank. What attracted me to Montclair State was the Health Careers Program. The Health Careers Program offers students like myself the opportunity to train and become a medical professional. We often went on trips to medical schools around the Northeast, as well as had physicians come and speak to us in a seminar about what they did, how they got there, and what's entailed in their specialty.
Great. So now just I need that now the passion that you had before. I just need a little more of that because the words are absolutely right. But just give me oh my God, it's gold.
Gotcha. What attracted me to Montclair State was the Health Careers Program. The Health Careers Program offers students like myself the chance to train and become a medical professional. We were able to go on trips to medical schools around the Northeast, as well as physicians came to speak with us about what they did and what it took to get there.
I think that was a good one, right? That was good. Okay. Moving on. Look about this.
Okay. One professor that seems to, no, that's, can't say that? Yeah. One professor that I remember till this day was Dr. Kite. Dr. Kite was always passionate about his class, about the lessons that he learned, and I just thought to myself, if I could land a career and be that passionate about it, I've won gold.
That's great. Give me that again now that you know what you're saying.
All right. One professor that still stands out to me till today is Dr. Kite.
I think we have to do that again.
Sorry.
I don't know what that is. Okay.
One professor that stood out to me was Dr. Kite. Dr. Kite was always passionate about his class and the lessons that he was teaching. He made everything so easy to understand. I just thought to myself that if I could one day land a career and have that much passion about it, I've won gold.
Wow, that's beautiful. Just give yourself one more take of that. That's beautiful.
One professor that stood out to me till today would be Dr. Kite. Dr. Kite was always so passionate about his class and the lessons that he was teaching.
You want to do it
Then
again?
yeah.
How is that
Is
noise?
that noise coming?
Jenna, is it bothering us? We just have to break to get them to be quiet.
Oh.
But that's, and you light up when you do that. It's really beautiful. Laura's just going to go ask them if they could please be quiet for a few minutes.
Wow.
You're doing great. You really are.
Now I see why I never wanted to do media.
It's, people think it's so easy.
It's not.
It is not. Let me tell you. It's knowing what you want to say, saying it without fumbling with your tongue, which is so difficult, saying it in a passionate, controlled manner. It's not easy.
No, it's not easy.
Yeah, but you're doing great.
And I talk to people all day, and I'm just like, wow, why can't I do this?
Because we're good.
All right. One professor that stood out to me till today would be Dr. Kite. He was so passionate about his class and the lessons that he taught. He always made his coursework easy to understand. I just thought to myself that if I could one day have a career and be as passionate about it as he was, that I've won gold.
That's great. Just give yourself one more.
One professor that has stood out to me till today would be Dr. Kite. He was so passionate about his class and the course that he was teaching that, One professor that stood out to me till today,
To its service.
okay, one professor that has stood out to me till
It's going to be
today,
one professor. Give yourself
okay,
take a breath and give me the passion.
one professor that has stood out to me till today would be Dr. Kite. Dr. Kite was always so passionate about his classes and the lessons that he was teaching. He always made his class easy to understand. And I just thought to myself that if I could land a job and be as passionate about it as he was, I've won gold.
I love it. I love it. I love it. This is the next section that you loved about school, was volunteering at the...
Okay. I want to volunteer. Okay, so it would be to volunteer.
Yeah.
While I was at Montclair State, I was able to volunteer with the EMS service here. I remember on occasion being rushed into the emergency room and now getting firsthand experience of what exactly happens when you get there.
Great. That's exactly it. Just give yourself a few goes at it. That's perfect.
When I was here at Montclair State, I had the opportunity of volunteering with the EMS service here. It's like, no, it's like when you're, don't worry.
Am I messing you up with my
You're like-
smiling?
I'm sorry. Sorry.
It's like talk to Stuart, but pretend he's not there.
Okay.
We're gonna cut
We're
real
gonna
quick.
cut for... You're good. You don't need this, right?
You can put it up. Okay. I'm talking to you. Sorry. When I was here at Montclair State, I had the opportunity of volunteering with EMS. That allowed me the opportunity to get a first-hand experience of what exactly happens in the hospital when you get there. When I was a student here at Montclair State, I had the opportunity to volunteer with the EMS service here. That allowed me to get a first-hand experience of what happens when you get to the hospital. When I was a student here, I got the opportunity to volunteer with our local, When I was a student here, I had the opportunity to volunteer with our EMS service here. That gave me a first-hand experience of what exactly happened when you arrive to the hospital.
So I'm going to ask you to just do that in your own words. So, like, when you came here, one of the things that you really liked was did you call it the MSU EMS or?
EMS. MSU EMS.
Yeah, the MSU EMS. And what would happen? So just tell me about that.
Okay. Well, what would happen?
Yeah.
So with EMS here, you would pretty much go on a call, I would call it, go on a call where you would may meet a patient in distress or may not, and we would basically transport that patient from location to a hospital.
And what did you learn being with the EMS?
Well, I got a firsthand experience of exactly what happens when you actually get the patient to the hospital. I also learned how you would actually talk to the nurse that is receiving the patient. I also learned certain things that EMS would do on the ambulance before you get the patient here, such as IV insertion and that kind of thing.
So put that all together in a thought. Like, I had the opportunity to volunteer at the MSU EMS, and I got to go on calls and do A, B, C, and D. And
Okay. A, B, C, and D. Okay. Don't move. Sorry. While at Montclair State, I got the opportunity to volunteer with our EMS. Does that sound like it's running together?
it's fine. It's just
Okay.
the
pronunciation.
EMS. I know it's a
Yeah.
hard one. EMS.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was able to volunteer with MSU's EMS service here, which allowed me to get a firsthand experience of what exactly happens when you get a patient to the hospital. While I was here at Montclair State, I was able to volunteer with our EMS service. While I was a student here at Montclair State, I volunteered with our emergency medical service, which allowed me to get a firsthand experience of what happens when you arrive to the ER.
That's actually great. This is what you're doing now. So you just,
Okay, yeah, it's
you know
easy.
that, right?
I'm currently a registered nurse at St. Barnabas Medical Center.
Okay, just a little slower on the St. Barnabas Medical Center.
I'm currently a registered nurse at the St. Barnabas Medical Center.
Okay, and just now say it like with the passion that you have for all these years of work.
Okay. I'm currently a registered nurse at St. Barnabas Medical Center.
What kind of nursing do you do?
I'm currently a surgical telemetry nurse.
What does that mean?
I currently general surgery. Sorry.
Now this is something that you
see
said
everybody.
that I thought was really interesting.
Mhm.
Oh
yeah.
These are the 2 points. And this is like really. So
Yeah.
we can do them a bite at a time, and you can have this up and do a couple of goes at it, or unless you feel like you can get this in your own words, really.
Nursing, I would say, is a tough career. I would call it the driving engine of healthcare. Yep. I would say nursing is a tough career. It is the driving force of healthcare. You're the first person that your patient sees, and chances are you're the last person that patient sees.
That was actually pretty fucking great. Sorry. Let's do it again.
Nursing is a tough career. I would say it's the driving force behind health. You're technically the first person your patient may see, and you're technically also maybe the last.
Okay, so do it again. That's good.
Nursing is a tough career, but it's also the driving engine. I didn't say that before. Nursing is a tough career. I would say it's the driving force behind healthcare. You're most of the times the first person your patient sees, and also the last person. Nursing is a tough career, but I would say it is the driving force behind healthcare. You're the first person your patient sees, and you may also be the last person your patient sees.
Okay.
You are that patient's advocate. You get to see them go from their worst state when they come in and leave in a better position.
Okay. Do I do it again?
And to refresh the right for normalize and leave. Okay. You are your patient's advocate. You see them when they come in their worst state, and then you're also the same person to see them right before they go home, ready to live their normal lives again.
Okay, so let's just do this one again in your own words.
Okay. You are your patient's advocate. For the most time, you are your patient's advocate. You get to see your patients come in their worst state, and then you take care of them and you nurse them right until when they're ready to go back home and they're in a better position. Yeah.
So if you think of it as like, I love nursing because, and then
Oh, I love nursing because. Sorry, I'm still thinking of the paper. I love nursing because you get to help. No, helping. I would say I love nursing because you get to help others that necessarily can't help themselves at that moment. You advocate for your patient, you get to see them when they're in their worst state, and then you get to nurse them till they're back to their normal health and ready to go home.
so that's exactly what I want. Just do that again till you feel like you've got a comfortable, good one. That's it.
I love nursing because you get to help others that necessarily cannot help themselves. You get your patient, they may be in their worst state. Then you nurse them back to their normal health and they're finally ready to go home.
Yeah, just give yourself another go at it. That's
Okay.
great.
I love nursing because you get to help another person that may necessarily not be able to help themselves. You get them at their worst point, nurse them back to their normal state, and they're ready to go home.
Yeah, just give yourself one more so you get that a little less, like, because
Choppy.
you know this. This is what you do. This is, your life every day, and you love it. And this is the power behind it, because there's this poor thing sitting there, being a lump in the bed, and you take that away from them. You make them the person in the bed that has an advocate who's defending them, that helps them to rise above the disease and be whole again. So, give me that.
I love nursing because you get to help another person that may not necessarily help themselves. You are your patient's advocate. Your patient comes in, it may be in their worst state. You nurse them back to their normal selves, and before you know it, they're ready to go back onto their normal lives.
That was so close. Just give me the middle part where your patient comes in with the worst state, and then you nurse them.
Okay.
Right,
So your patient may come in their worst state. You take care of them. Nope. Your patient may come in their worst state. You nurse them back to their normal lives, and before you know it, they're ready to go.
give yourself one more go at that.
Your patient may come in their worst state. You take care of them. You nurse them back to their normal lives, and just like that, before you know it, they're ready to go.
Great. This is what you said also. You want to do this?
Yes. Okay. I would love to go back to school in the near future to be a women's health nurse practitioner.
All right. What is it called? The DP? Is that what it?
Well, the degree is a DNP.
Okay. So just say it in your words, just the way you did.
I would love to go back to school to get my DNP and eventually become a women's health nurse practitioner.
Okay. One more time.
I would love to go back to school to get my DNP and eventually become a women's health nurse practitioner.
And this was what you talked about, which I thought was really interesting. So I don't know how you want to
Yeah.
put these into your own words again. It's about the scholarship,
Yeah.
what it allowed her to not have to do, so she could just do what she loved.
Mm-hmm. So the scholarship opportunities took a large weight off of my shoulders as well as my parents' shoulders. It allowed me the chance to just focus solely on my coursework and not so much worry about how am I going to pay for this course, or do I have to get a job, or is my job schedule going to conflict with my course schedule?
I think that was fine.
Okay, so I'm now married. My husband and I have started our own community outreach. We currently donate goods to motherless children homes in Nigeria.
Can we do that again because of the noise?
My husband and I currently donate goods to motherless children's homes. Okay. I'm currently married. My husband and I have started our own community outreach where we currently now are volunteering and donating to motherless children's homes in Nigeria.
Just the motherless children's homes, just a little more enunciated.
Okay. Currently married, my husband and I have started our own community outreach. We currently donate and volunteer at motherless children's homes in Nigeria.
Okay, just one more.
Currently married, my husband and I have started our own community outreach. We currently volunteer and donate to motherless children's homes in Nigeria.
Give yourself, because it's the motherless children's home.
Yeah.
Right? It's just,
Currently married, my husband and I have started our own community outreach. We currently donate and volunteer to motherless children's homes in Nigeria.
beautiful.
Okay. I plan on eventually starting my own foundation for these same exact motherless children that will help them grow and also provide education for them. Something that will provide them. Sorry, I should be reading this, but I wasn't. Something I plan on starting my own foundation for these same exact motherless children.
Do you want to just read this so you know what the
Yeah.
idea of what I'm looking for, and then you can put it in your own words?
Yeah. And I plan to create my own foundation, providing children in need with the basics and an education that will take away their worry of what will I do tomorrow? How will I realize my dreams? And I plan to create my own foundation, providing children in need with the basics and an education that will take away their worry of what will I do tomorrow? How will I realize my dreams?
Okay, so just because I actually like the way you said this originally, so let's see if you can just sort of find this one with the words. So just take your time.
Okay. I plan to eventually start my own foundation dedicated to children in need, where I would provide essentials. Let me start over. I plan to eventually start my own foundation to children in need in Nigeria, much like the Motherless Children's Home. This will provide essentials for their uptake as well as an education. I plan to create a foundation of my own, centering on focusing. I plan to create a foundation of my own, focusing on these same exact motherless children. It will provide the essentials needed to grow and education as well to become.
Do me a favor with this one. Just read
Yeah.
this a couple of times. Take your time and just read it. Read it as articulately as you can. Just because this is
It's
what
my-
you
yeah,
wanna
that's what I
do.
said.
This is your thing.
And I plan to create my own foundation, providing children in need with the basics and an education that will take away their worry of what will I do tomorrow and how will I realize my dreams.
So take your time with them. Each one of those things has a value.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like providing them with the basics. That's important. It takes away their worry about, how will I eat or whatever the word is. So just try to just separate them. And
I plan to one day create my own foundation centering on these same exact motherless children. I would like to provide them with the basics as well as an education that will help take away their worry of what will I do tomorrow and how will I make my dreams a reality.
that's great. Just do it again, and I want you to feel like at the end, like you are that child.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe a little. What am I gonna do?
Yeah. And I plan to create my own foundation one day to these same exact motherless children.
You can read it. Don't worry about it.
And I plan to create my own foundation. Providing children in need with the basics and an education that will take away their worry of what will I do tomorrow and how would I make my dreams a reality.
Right. What will I do tomorrow? Yeah. Just take
Yeah.
your time with each sentence. You can take as long as you want. You can pause in between to check it.
And I plan to create my own foundation focusing on these same exact motherless children. It will help create. And I plan to create my own foundation, providing children in need with the basics of an education that will take away their worries of what will I do tomorrow? How would I make my dreams a reality?
Really nice. Give yourself another couple of goes at it. That's
Mhm.
great.
And I plan to create my own foundation, providing children in need with the basics as well as an education. Oh, sorry. And I plan to create my own foundation, providing children in need with the basics as well as an education that will help take away their worry of what will I do tomorrow and how will I make my dreams a reality.
That's great. So just give me the middle section about the need and the education very clearly.
And I plan to create my own foundation, providing children in need with the basics and an education that will take away the worry of what will I do tomorrow and how will I make my dreams a reality.
Just give me yourself one more because that was perfect. I have it on that one. Now this is just
Yeah.
to see what you do.
And I plan to sorry. And I plan to create my own foundation, providing children in need with the basics and education and an education. And I plan to create my own foundation, providing children in need with the basics and an education that will take away their worry of what will I do tomorrow and how will I make my dreams a reality.
All right. So I'm just going to look at the time. So just tell me, we're going to go through the beginning. You just, in your own words, like, what did you want to do in high school? What was your thought?
In high school, I wanted to be either a doctor or a nurse. It stemmed from I was a family babysitter since I was 15 years old, so I'm more so also the family caretaker. I'm the only girl in a family of 6 of us. So, doctor or nurse.
Okay. And so what obstacles did you face?
One obstacle I faced at the time would have been finance in terms of funding for college.
Okay. And why did you choose Montclair as the place to go?
I chose Montclair State because I fell in love with their Health Careers program. The Health Careers program helps students like myself better position themselves to become medical professionals, as well as the scholarship opportunities that Montclair State offered me. They offered grants as well as other forms of assistance to help me make my dreams a reality.
And so, what were some of the professors that influenced you and encouraged you?
One professor that influenced me was Dr. Kite. I can remember that he was always so excited and passionate about his classes and about the lessons that he was teaching us at that time. I thought that, wow, like, if I can just get a career that I felt this passionate about, I've won gold.
Okay. And what are you doing now?
I'm currently a registered nurse on a surgical telemetry unit at St. Barnabas Medical Center.
And why do you believe that what you're doing now is making a difference as a nurse?
As a nurse, you help. As a nurse, you currently help. As a nurse, you help patients that necessarily cannot help themselves. You are that patient's advocate, as well as. Sorry, I'm thinking of the paper.
That's great, though. But that you're doing it.
As you are that patient's advocate, you get your patient, they're in their worst state. You take care of them, and before you know it, they're ready to go home and resume their normal lives.
What would you say in thanks to Montclair State and the scholarship support you received?
I would like to say thank you to Montclair State and the scholarship support that I received. Without it, with it, I have been able to make my dreams a reality. I'm currently a nurse. What else would I say? Sorry.
However you want to say it. If you want to just say it again.
I would like to say thank you to Montclair State University as well as the scholarship support I would say thank you to Montclair State University for the courses that was given as well as the scholarship support that I received. Many of the courses I took here were prerequisites for my nursing program, and because of that, I'm able to be a nurse today.
And how would you like to pay it forward to others because of the way you were given an opportunity?
Currently, me and my husband have started volunteering to motherless children homes in Nigeria, where we provide basic needs of living as well as support with school things such as pencils, notepads, to help them one day make their dreams also a reality.
Is there anything that I have not asked you that you want to say about any of this? Your journey in high school, your journey at Montclair, your journey as a nurse.
Nope, I think we pretty much got the basics.
Anything you need?
No, I mean the scholarship support.
Okay.
I think because I know the pieces that you're probably going to pull in,
Right.
and I think there's enough that you could get together, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
yeah.
We have it, and then some of those little takes at the end were actually
I
the best
know.
takes.
Okay. She's
So-
shaking her head. I feel better.
So no, you did great. Seriously,
No, it's
Pam.
not easy either.
It's not easy. So I
But
think
that's
we're going.
why, I mean, if it's, as long as you feel like it was in her voice, because I know sometimes it's harder when you're reading it,
Mhm.
but her inflection and everything sounded fine, I wasn't watching. It
No,
doesn't
actually,
look
she
like reading,
she
right?
has she no, she doesn't look
No,
like
so
reading
then
it. She
you're
has
fine.
it both places.
Yeah.
So I can pull
If you're
from
comfortable.
just the final interview, and I can pull from what we did before.
Okay.
I think we just need 30 seconds of silence for room tone.